for those of you who are sick and tired of hearing about Charlie Kirk and the shooter, I'm making another video. Oh, sorry. Anyway, welcome to All Shorts, and I hope you're having a lovely day. It's still miserable here at the moment. The weather's pretty darn shit. There's no sun in the sky, and you get this fine, misty drizzle, which isn't pleasant, you know. But it's a little bit better at the moment. But anyway, I don't care, because I'm going to be talking about Charlie Kirk and the shooter and this new footage that has, been posted online by somebody who has got experience with guns and what have you, and he's done slow motion footage of Charlie Kirk's head, and you could see the bullet entering into the cortex and coming out via the neck. Now, I'm sorry, but this I don't think there's any denying it, that the FBI has been lying to us all along, and I've been telling you that from day one, haven't I? Let's be honest. From the very first video, I said something's not quite right here, and it certainly was not. It's not surprising when you've got a podcaster for the head of the FBI, and his second mate is also a podcaster. Can't wonder at it, really, can you? No. And then they sack the actual head of the FBI. The proper head of the FBI, the one who actually solves crimes. All this lot seems to do is have to chase their tail and make excuses for new evidence that comes out. Now, right from the beginning of all this, we've been told a load of bollocks, haven't we? The shooter was trans, there was trans messages on the bullet casings. And and Trump said, oh, it's definitely trans, and then they tell us it's definitely somebody of college age, which they had no evidence whatsoever of that, and all that did is narrow down people's minds to who they're actually looking at as a suspect. Then he tells us the guns was hidden in a wooded area, when in fact it was hidden beside the chicken coop on a property owned by the university. There is just so much to unpick, and it ain't difficult. Because this FBI are reactionary. Whenever new evidence that they can't refute comes out, they make a new excuse. I wonder what the excuse is going to be this time. You see, when Candace Owens made it quite clear there was no bullet, and I'll say that from day one, to be honest. There was no bullet, because where is the bullet? You know, that's the first thing they're looking for, is the bullet. But there again, they probably wouldn't have been able to find the bullet anyway, because they broke up the feckin' concrete. So, the day after Charlie Kirk was shot, they tampered with the evidence, with a crime scene. If that was instructed by the FBI, all the university campus, well, quite frankly, they are complicit in covering up a murder. If he is actually dead, I can just imagine it now. Oh, it's the rapture coming up, and I'll have a resurrection. I will. Yeah, I just see it. Maybe he's going to pop up at Easter or something. I don't know. I wouldn't be a bit surprised at this. Crikey. And then you got, obviously, those who are a little bit, how to put it, of lack of thinking, who are either lapping all this up, or you have a whole load of new conspiracy theories that make no bloody sense. Now, the footage on top of the roof is suspect, where you see the so-called shooter running across. One minute he has a shadow, next minute it disappears, and there's some fragmentation in the video, like it's been edited again and again and again, if you know what I mean. No, it could be AI. We don't know for certain. No, we don't. There is so much. I've made a list of it here, and in my scribbly notes, and I keep. Oh, there's another one. So I hope I get this right, because quite frankly, I can barely read my own handwriting. I'm squeezing it all in. So, okay, the house is owned by the uni, all right, where the gun was hidden at the chicken coop. The screwdriver that was on left on the roof, but apparently he put the gun back together again on the floor. What? Off the roof, you know? It's... Oh, dear me. The clothes are changing from... One minute he's wearing, like, black, and then he's wearing maroon, and his shoes are changing. It's just like, what the feck is going on? And then he goes and gets himself some munchies, you know, at a Dairy Queen. That's just so ridiculous. And then there's the car. His Dodge Challenger. There's no video footage of it. There's CCTV everywhere. And how come all the images we've got are all blurry? Every bit of official video that has been been supplied or posted online is blurry as fuck. Bless my French, but it is. It's ridiculous. You know, they've got all new CCTV cameras at that place. All 1080p HD. A lot of CCTV cameras are only 720, you see. There's no way that footage would have been that blurry. It was in the middle of the day. It wasn't like low light or anything like that. So why was the footage so poor? Ooh, I wonder. Now, we can all throw around conspiracy theories, but I think what we can, we mustn't do that, to be fair, but what we must do is any snippets of verifiable evidence we have to throw into the mix. And then pick through it and what is the most likely scenario. And I'll tell you something now. My most likely scenario is that Tyler Robinson did not shoot Charlie Kirk. Now, also leads on to more suspect information and also family behaviour, which I'll get into in a moment. But what about the fact that the crime scene was tampered with, the cameras were removed, the actual cards were removed from the cameras, they were trampling all over the actual crime scene. They even grabbed Charlie Kirk's chair and stood on it to reach the feckin' camera. For a start, that is so disrespectful. But also, they're trampling on the crime scene. It's like it's a cover-up. From day one, the more you look at it. And then you got the doctor report. Oh my giddy aunt. There was no autopsy, all right? Now, no matter what they tell you, there is no autopsy. There's no way an autopsy was done in that time. Okay? They pretty much stuck him in a box and barbed him straight away. They might have looked at the wound. The doctor might have looked at the wound or something like that. And he said, oh, the bullet was just under the skin, it was. We found the bullet. It's just under the skin. Okay, where's the ballistics report? There isn't one. There isn't one. Everything's a setup. Everything's a setup. Now, they would have a fairly good idea if that Mauser 98 30-yard 6 was shot recently from the state of the gun, you know. Forensics. No information on that. There's no information on anything. And this fucking doctor going about saying, oh, he must be a man of steel. He must have very dense bones. What about a feckin' 30-yard 6? No chance. No feckin' chance. Not even at that range. Well, they say it's the range. Now, if you've seen this video footage of the bullet entering the cortex and coming out, that is the exit wound. It makes perfect sense. You see, it must have been obviously more high level, slightly to the rear shot of Charlie Kirk, and the bullet could have actually gone into that concrete. It might be the reason why they started breaking it up. It's like they're just trying to get rid of the evidence. I know that sounds like conspiracy theory, or why would the FBI do that? Because it's Cash Patel. Because we can't trust them. And we can't. It's clear as day. It saddens me that I've got to watch videos and get evidence from Charlie Kirk supporters, people who like them, or MAGA type people. I have to agree with what they're saying on this. It's difficult for me. Having to watch Candace Owens and agreeing with what she's saying, that's difficult for me. It really is. Because I'm not a Candace Owens lover. But the fact of the matter is, she's right on this one. pretty much 90% of the stuff that she's been showing online, it makes just perfect common sense. And she's been using stuff that's been supplied to her from Ballistics people and stuff like that. And also she's been contacting the people, such as from Turning Point USA. She's been speaking to them directly. I think she wants to get to the bottom of it, not for finding for justice and that of Charlie Kirk. I don't think she gives a shit about that. It's about profiteering. She's just trying to make money. And you get little channels like mine, don't make any money at all hardly, you know what I mean? And she's got like millions of followers, and she'll make something like this is making a shitload of money, and she definitely needs it. She really needs that money at the moment, since Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron are suing her to high heaven. They are. Wipe her out financially. And I hope they do, quite frankly. Make her start from the ground up. She's a very clever woman. Candace Owens I can't take it away from her. She's a very clever woman. She's very astute. She knows what she's doing, but she has no morals. She has no morals. Which is a bit of a shame, really, when you've got people like that. Hello, Dora. My baby girl. Yeah. Treat time, and then we'll get back to it. They've got to have their treats, you know. Hey, hey, you dropped it. It's there. Dora's got to get that one, though. There you go. Oh, dear me. Silly boy, isn't he, eh? So apparently he's very dense, is Charlie Kirk. I didn't think he was that dense. I thought he was quite a clever chap, because he's just another Candace Owens, you know. He just, he knew what makes him money, how to actually build his base. Because I don't realise this, but Charlie Kirk, even though he's made all this money and he goes on about God and the Bible, I cannot find one donation that he has made to any religious or charitable organisation at all. Not one. That, to me, just he's not a godly man. Or he wasn't, sorry, past tense. He wasn't a godly man. That was bollocks, and it was a grift. Just like his wife. Now, there are other conspiracy theories flying about a palm gun. I'd say that'd been quite possible. But now we've got this new ballistics information about where the entrance and the exit of the bullet. And if you've seen the video, I don't think you can deny it. That's, and I've put it through the AI. What do they call it? I forgot the name of the site. You can work out whether or not a video is AI. Okay, it's actually not that difficult. All right, plus the artifacts and stuff like that. But you can run it. There's a website that you can upload it and it'll go through it. And I've done it about 4 times, and each time it's coming back as it being real. Apart from the usual artifacts, you know what I mean? Like, the fact it's a processed video on the YouTube. Now, YouTube isn't promoting videos regarding Charlie Kirk, so that these little narratives, that's not even alternative information. It feels to me that the truth about what's going on regarding Charlie Kirk, they are not promoting those type of videos. It's only the big channels out there that are getting the footfall, because it's very difficult for YouTube to suppress videos that have a massive following, because they get, as soon as they get out there, they're out there and they've been shared and saved and re-uploaded so many times. It's very difficult to chase. Now, also, TikTok has also been removing videos on the topic of Charlie Kirk and the shooting. It's a level of control, and we know where the pressure's coming from. It's coming from the White House, the FBI, Kash Patel, because as far as they're concerned, they've got their man. Now, I see this as another, oh crikey, what's his name again? Oh, the guy that they're trying to deport again. They deported El Salvador. Garcia. Diego Garcia, that's it, him. They've made their mind up to guilty, and they're going to pursue it. Now, I want to know, right, now this evidence is out there, why isn't anyone calling for Tyler Robinson's release? I am. I think he should be released, at least on bail. This is ridiculous. But they're not going to do that, are they? They're not going to do that. Because they're covering their own asses at the moment. Just like they do with Abrega Garcia. You know, say, MS-13. Yes, we'll do a photoshopped image of his knuckles and we'll write it on and we won't even put any perspective in or any radiusing or anything like that, you know, flat letters on on round knuckles. Fucking idiots. These people are so incompetent. They really are incompetent. They're running a fucking country. It is laughable, you gotta admit. It is laughable. Unfortunately, it's fueling more and more hate, and needless to say, was it what Yoda said? Fear leads to hate, or something like that, and hate leads to the dark side. Yeah, the dark side is feckin' evangelicals, if you ask me. So where is the family shouting for his feckin' release? Where is Charlie Kirk's wife in relationship to being true? Well, actually, I tongue-tied myself there. Start again. Charlie Kirk's wife is not being honest. That is my assessment. She's not being sincere. She's not being honest. And if anyone think those fake tears are real, there's something wrong with you. Seriously. You poor little things. Believing all that shite. And the fucking groping hug of Donald Trump. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. He's had a bit of that bottom. In the past when she was doing her booty fucking things, you know, Miss Universe and Miss USA, for which Donald Trump owned. Just a second, I need to get my dogs, because the bin mans are coming. Over here. Door. Sebastian, this way. There. That's a good boy. Don't lick your bum. What's your name, Donald Trump? There we go. Anyway, where was I? I better give you a treat now. I have to do it every time, you see. Otherwise, I think, oh, where's my treat? You know, it's called training. Yes, apparently that's what I was told. So, anyway, like I say, I wouldn't be surprised Donald Trump has tapped that in the past. Well, yeah, like 15-odd years ago. It was like 2008, she got a letter from Trump. Oh, would you like to be in our pageant or whatever it was? Miss Universal, Miss USA, and she was, alright, and she won, you know, obviously that's a set-up. Although she's a very attractive woman, can't take that away from her, she is. But every time you see her, everything is an act, everything. When you see her with her husband, it's all over the top. No relationship is like that. If you know what I mean. It's ridiculous. And then when she did her eulogy thing of when she was did her speech in Charlie Kirk's office, and she had her little meme coin thing there, and all these promotions are there, and it's like, and the fake tears where there's no tears. She'd keep mopping her eye, mopping her nose, and into her eye again. Yeah, spread all the bacteria about. But, you know, there was no tears. It's just all fake. It's not real. None of this is real. I know she would say, yes, it is. I'm very upset my husband's died. It makes me wonder, though. Yes. I'm going to throw it out there. If this was a setup, I wouldn't be surprised she's one of the key players. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I'm not saying she is, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised. She seems the sort. God, for Christ's sake, she leant over her so-called husband's body if it wasn't a waxworks, you know, with his, Trump spray-tanned hands. You know, she leant over that body going, oh, where would you, what would you actually... You'd go to his face, wouldn't you? Not to his orange hands. His tiny little hands that are orange. They didn't look real. To me, they remind me of when Deadpool had his limbs cut off, alright? And they started growing back. That's what they look like to me. It's just, they're like little prosthetics. What the feck? None of this feels real. None of it. And we are demanding answers, but we should also be demanding the release of Tyler Robinson, because this clearly is not real. And it's none of it is. The only thing that has the resemblance of any truth in it is some of the stuff that we've been finding online. It really is. It's just, and it shouldn't be like that. When the FBI uploads information or does a speech, an announcement and an update, oh, okay, yeah, we'll wait for the rest of the information to come, but we can't do that. Not with this bunch of charlatans. We just can't, Because what they're going to do is they're going to try and rush through an execution. I know it should take years, but they will do everything they can to have it done within 6 months. Because Tyler Robinson is innocent, in my opinion. I don't think he's a very nice person. I think he's got issues, massive issues. But do I think he shot Charlie Kirk? No, I don't. I really do not. There's just so much stuff that can undermine it. Plus you look at the history of like Erica Kirk and the things that she's been involved in the past. She's got ties to Israel. She's got ties to Donald Trump, ties to Charlie Epstein. She's got ties to, she had the ministry in Romania where apparently, according to the locals, she was trafficking children. And she's not allowed back into Romania now. And don't forget, there's also Andrew Tate is accused of trafficking children as well. Also in Romania. This is a network. A criminal network. These are not godly people. They are grifters. And they're just making feckin' money. Just like most of those evangelical people. That geezer with his jet. They're fakes, they're frauds. And besides, how come they're still here? There's a rapture, weren't there? Anyway, what say you? Please leave it in the comments down below. I'm sorry it's a bit of a long video. I'm sorry that I'm talking about Charlie Kirk again. But I think it has to be said. And the more of us that do it, maybe a young man doesn't get unalived. An innocent young man. Because that's exactly how I see it at the moment. I see that he's a scapegoat. They need to justify the arrest of Tyler Robinson. I don't know how they're going to worm their way out of this one. They'll just carry on pursuing probably the same narrative that Charlie Kirk was a man of steel. Oh my God. Anyway, I shouldn't laugh about this stuff. But there you go. It's just, if you didn't, you'd cry, wouldn't you? Please beat the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel, a little bell icon, because then you get a warm, fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. Yeah. Where's my dogs? Oh, there it is. There's one. And there's the other. And toodaloo. And if you want to support the channel, you can do a Patreon, buys a coffee, and links down below. And it's very much appreciated because a lot of my videos have been demonetised at the moment because of the topics. They're trying to censor us. So there you go. Toodaloo.